Hi friends, wish you all are doing good. This video is about an experiment conducted by Mr. Gene, a very famous columnist in the world's famous Washington Post magazine. So what was this experiment all about? Mr. Gene decides that we'll bring in a world-renowned musician, could be a violinist, and ask him to play on a busy hour in a metro station and see how's the response of people going to be. And this musician, the violinist he selects, is a world-renowned violinist. His name is Joshua Bell. So when Gene had spoken to Joshua Bell over a cup of coffee during his visit to Manhattan sometime, they decided that we will fix a date, and that date was January 12th, 2007. And this program was fixed at 7:45 a.m., which is one of the busiest times wherein a lot of commuters pass by the metro station. So the D-Day comes and Joshua Bell is all getting set to give us play. In the meantime, for people who don't know about who's Joshua Bell, he was a child prodigy. At the age of 4, when his mother was playing his keyboard, he got so interested in music that he took some cloth hangers, tied up a rubber band and started to playing some kind of a music. Seeing his interest in music, at the age of 5, his mother brought him a violin. And at the age of 17, he had performed solo at one of the world's renowned Carnegie Hall, which is in Manhattan. And that is a great pride. Just 1 week before this particular experimental exercise in 2007, 1 week before, Joshua Bell had performed to a full house audience where his ticket was sold at $100 each. And 1 week before, he had played to a complete standing audience who were holding their cough and waiting to cough in between his notes, not to disturb him. So that was a kind of command and fan following he had for his music. So Joshua, on that experiment day, he was just staying 2 blocks away from the railway station. So in spite of that, he comes by a cab. The reason being, the violin what he was carrying was worth $3.5 million US. So he came there, started with a baseball cap so that people don't recognize him much. And he came there, 7:45, he started to play the best music, which is called cajon, which is a 300-400 years old music, one of the most difficult music to play, but Joshua mastered it with ease. If you see, even though it's for an experiment, Joshua made it very clear that he is going to use the best instrument and the best music to play. The moment he started, the first 3 minutes, he was so involved and he did not even have a look at what's happening. The moment he lightly raised his eyes to see what's happening around, that is when the first audience turned back, gave a look to the music, to whatever he was playing, but he did not even stand there, he just kept moving past. And 30 seconds later, he got his first donation or first dollar on his cap. And after that, 6th minute is when lady with the child stood there for a few seconds because the child wanted to hear to this music. But after that time, that lady with the urgency to catch the train, she had to pull the child towards the station. And after that, there was hardly 6 or 7 people who had stood there for more than 2 minutes. This entire program of music went on for 45 minutes, out of which Joshua Bell collected $32, and only one lady had recognized him as Joshua Bell and stood there for a long duration to witness his music performance. And she tipped him with $20. The total amount collected was roughly around $32 from 27 people, and minus 1 from this lady, $20. The balance was only $12 from 26 people. And this is what the exercise happened. And after this was done, it was asked to Joshua Bell how he felt about it. He said, I was so engrossed into the music initially when I was playing, but suddenly when I lifted my head to see was there somebody who was watching it, there was no one was watching the music. I felt very difficult. I don't know how. I've always played music to packed audience. It was very difficult. I was eagerly waiting for the acceptance from the audience. If somebody could just wait for a moment, look up and listen to my music. And this is a person who charges $1,000 per minute for his musical performance, and who gets upset if somebody's phone rings or somebody coughs in between his music. But here's a man who was just eagerly waiting for some acceptance, or just a look, a stand there and look at his performance for a few seconds or a minute. And this is what he had confessed there. And the most important exercise, what the result of this exercise was, this has won a Pulsar Prize. Pulsar Prize is for people, the award given, the highest award given for journalism. And Mr. G had won the Pulsar Prize for this particular experiment. Okay, and after this, what was happened is, in the meantime, the same experiment was explained to Leonardo Slatkin, one of the world's famous musical orchestra head, director of a musical orchestra. It was explained to him what is going to happen if incognito a world-renowned musician is going to come and play in a railway station, in a metro station. He said if the music is good, people might look at him. And what will be the collection? He says around $150 to $200 you could have easily collected. Then they said, okay, hold on, hold your breath. The collection was only $32. What is it? $32? Yes. And out of 1,097 people who had passed by, only 27 to 30 people were there for a moment just to see the music and give some tip to the musician. And who was this musician? It was Joshua Bell. He raised his eyebrows. He was finding it hard to believe. And this is what, dear friends, is, according to me, the playing field is very important. Whenever we get the right playing field, we have to give our maximum, we have to give our best to ensure that whenever we have the right playing field, we get the maximum opportunity for it. And when I say about the playing field, it is about also how we use our temper. Most of the cases we lose our temper, but at cases, if you have to use your temper also, you should know where to use, whether with our families, with our friends, and don't waste losing your temper elsewhere. I hope you like this video, and if you like it, please share, subscribe, and have a nice day. Thank you.